But, so after that, I sent in my application. It was quite a long wait. I remember the weekend after I put my application. So I put my application on the 7th of November. So that was 8 days earlier than So that was 8 days earlier than it closed, because it closed on a Thursday. So that was a Thursday. I mean, at the weekend the weekend after that, it was kind of like the turning on of the lights where I live and that sort of thing. And I went to a different college just to look around because I was like, I need to at least have another second choice, right? So I went to East Surrey College. I went there and looked around there and I thought their art was quite good, so I applied to their art level 2 diploma. Sorry, I should have told you that the fact is for Brit, it is a level 3 UAL level 3 extended diploma in performing arts. But obviously if you're doing dance, performing arts, whatever when you're doing, it all adds up. It all adds up to a performing arts qualification by UAL, which is the level 3 extended diploma, which is equivalent to 3 A levels. But there's like no exams or nothing. But when I applied at East Surrey College that weekend, they had entry requirements, and the entry requirements for this one was like 5 GCSEs or 3 or above, which was still a stretch for me, but now I don't have to do that because we'll get to that part. And yeah, so it was quite a long wait, but in around late Jan, I got the email about, no, actually both of them I kind of chased up. So my mum actually kind of emailed East Surrey being like, where's the letter, where's the email, just the general stuff. Me and her both did it because we were like, whoops, they'll see one of our emails. And they saw it. They actually saw my mum's email first, and they said that, okay, well, we forgot to tell you, so I'll book you in for 4:30 next week. That was great. Good. The interview went good. They couldn't offer me a place because I didn't have and they never sent a document that I'm not going to explain. But then we emailed that. They offered me a place. I was like, great. And then a couple of weeks after that, my mum rang Brit, and that wind, where is it coming from? So yeah, my mum rang them and they said, really shouldn't tell you this, but yes, you do have an interview and a workshop. Yay me! And this is the first year for this course that they haven't interviewed everyone, so they've obviously cut it down, the amount of people that can be interviewed and the amount of people that can actually get in. So I went to the workshop, which was first, so it was like the workshop and the interview on the same day. Obviously there was only like 6 of us for community arts practice that was being interviewed at that specific time, but then you take something like musical theatre, for example, where there's like 70 people just being literally interviewed and workshop in that one slot. So it's kind of a bit like, you kind of see the difference there. So we did the interview. We had to do this weird, like, this always sticks in my mind. Like, I hadn't spoke to any of these people before, but we had to do the same where you put the hand in front of the face, and then you got to kind of move your hand, and then you've got to follow the hand. So say, but it's not exactly mirroring. So if I pull backwards, you've got to go forwards. So let me just like, if I do this, but if I go that, I have to go backwards. So if I show you like that, if you go like this, and then if I put it forward, something like that. And yes, that was That's the main thing that's like my head. We just did a few we did something. It was a poem, and it was stuff like the gods are on a train, the gods are walking down the road, the gods are having unprotected sex, the gods are sleeping, the gods are eating, something like that. And we had to act out a section of it. It's like a poem, and we only had to act out minimum 3 lines. To the other 5 that were in the room, that sort of thing, plus the 2 staff that were in there, the 2 cap staff. And then we go way outside the interview room. I'm the second to last to be interviewed, I think. And interestingly, one of the other people who are being interviewed does a dance class, which actually uses my hall at my school, after we're at school. So yeah, that was quite. It was another it's a small world moment. But I went into the interview. I wasn't nervous because it was an interview. I was nervous because it's Brit, but I wasn't really that nervous. I got in there, I didn't stumble over my words at all. I just kept talking and talking, and our slots were only 15 minutes, but I was in there for half an hour. So in there we had to do I'm sorry. I've skipped ahead of it. So we said when my mum rang the Brit, I got a letter. I skipped ahead so much, I'm sorry guys. So, oh no. Okay, it's fine. So that was this letter. We're not skipping ahead too much. I've received this on the 10th of February. Well, actually, they sent it out on 10th of February. And it was Elliot William Smith. Not going to read my address, obviously. So it says, Post 16 Admission 2020. Community Arts Practice. Meeting date 24th of Feb 2020. Workshop time 9 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. Meeting time at 10:45 a.m. Dear Elliot William Smith, thank you for your application to join the Brit School as a Year 12 Community Arts Practice student in August 2020. I would like to invite you for a workshop. Date and time listed above. Please ensure you allow yourself sufficient time to get to the school for this appointment, as it is highly unlikely that meetings for latecomers can be rearranged. Please arrive at least 15 minutes before your allocated time and report to the main reception, which is ground floor of the new building. I enclose a map for your convenience. We would welcome the community to meet your parents. The opportunity, not welcome the community to meet your parents. That'd be weird. We would welcome the opportunity to meet your parents / guardians, should you wish them to accompany you. When you arrive at the school, you will take part in an hour-long practical workshop along with other community arts practice applicants. Following the workshop, you will have a meeting with 2 of the community arts practice teachers. In this meeting, you will be asked to give a presentation, no more than 6 minutes, in brackets, on a community arts project, which is outlined on the attached sheet. In your meeting, you will be given the opportunity to talk about your choice of course. about any questions arising from your application form. The final decision will be based on the information you have already provided with the application form and your meeting with the Brit School staff. If anything is missing, we will not be able to make a final decision. Further documentation, such as school reports. Enclosed with this letter is a reference request. This should be stamped with your official school stamp, completed by your head of year. Please bring this document with you to your meeting/workshop along with your year 10 report if you have not already provided it. Without this documentation, a decision cannot be made regarding your post-16 application. It went really, really well. The interview, like I said, I talked. They talked. So now the presentation. My presentation was called Everyone is Different, a project to promote to primary school students that we are all individuals, and as individuals we are all different. I was actually more perky than this in the thingy, so in the interview, so let's just get into it. The truth is, lack of available material in primary to promote knowledge and acceptance and minimize the effects of prejudice. Many enter secondary education with unchallenged prejudices. Many parents are undereducated too. If the opportunity to promote awareness is missed in primary schools, there is a prospect that children will become unaccepting in adulthood. Result, they could have trouble accepting differences, which in future could lead to social exclusion and discrimination, potentially affecting many aspects of life. Aim to promote acceptance of all differences we may come across in life. So we had to provide activities and workshops. So we've got an activity here. So the first activity was spot the difference. Task. In groups, you ask the primary school students to do this. List as many ideas you can of possible differences between us. This could be anything from race, religion, gender, sexuality, lifestyle, clothing choice. Prize for the group with the longest and or most diverse list. Another activity. Tell me more. Part 1. Put all the students into groups of 3 to 4. Allow 10 minutes to get to know each other. Part 2. Get each person in the groups of 3 to 4 to make an observation about other group members. Part 3. Back in whole group, tell the class something new you have learnt about others. Any surprises? Okay, now we're on to the workshop. This is called Colourful Personality. On the following slide, you will be shown a colour personality circle. how many different colours do you fit into? That was question 1. Are you the same all the time, every day? Does your colour change depending on your mood? Think of all your traits, not just the personality circle. I doubt that anyone would describe themselves as fitting into only one colour. I believe that we all, at times, will have traits of each colour. This is a good example of all of us being different. The Diprex that may not share similarities. We may even perceive ourselves differently to how others view us. Blurring small. Final performance. This is called Who Am I? Main characters will be diverse in appearance, personality, sexuality, etc. They will be introduced to the audience and the audience given a synopsis of who they are and what they are like. Character profile in brackets. Other cast members will then act out being each other's characters. Audience participation will be requested to identify which characters are being played in each scene. Scenes will be based on character, personalities, interest, differences. For example, character nickname Gory. Real name Amar is a straight Asian goth, seen in a dark bedroom, black decor, dark rock music playing. He was he's like acted out by quiet, unassuming Jennifer, who loves books, is very quiet, and enjoys peace and her own company, loves the colour pink, currently questioning her sexuality. To get the audience thinking. Another point is to keep the audience engaged. Another point, to break the fourth wall. Another point, to educate them that they can always be themselves. Another point, to accept everyone as they are. Another point, to reduce discrimination. Conclusion. The audience will be introduced a diverse range of characters. My aim that all members of the audience will identify in some way with these characters and feel an amenity with at least one. I would also want the audience to really engage in the performance. I believe it will allow the audience to see that we are all individuals and help children be able to integrate with their peers, even if it feels different, even if they feel different. Also, that there is no need to discriminate, and we can. The letter saying. So this was sent on the 9th of March. Elliot Smith, okay, so. Dear Elliot, or as you know, Harlow. Post-16 course, Community Arts Practice. I am writing to thank you for making an application to the Brit School and for attending the recent meeting. It is with great pleasure that I'm able to offer you a place at the school for the forthcoming academic year. We are confident that you will respond positively to the demands of the school. Please complete the enclosed acceptance slip and return it within 14 days of the date in this letter. If you do not return this in time, your place may be in jeopardy and allocated to another applicant. Please ensure a stamped address envelope. Please enclose a stamped address envelope if you would like us to confirm receipt your acceptance slip, as we are unable to give verbal communication via telephone. Admissions documentation. Along with your acceptance slip, you will also need to complete and return a number of documents in order to confirm your place at the Brit school. These documents can be found on the Brit school website homepage. You will then be selected information, parent information, forms, documents, then select download the file PDF called Post 16 Admissions Pack External 2020. If you do not have access to a computer or have any difficulties accessing the PDF, please contact Student Services by calling, not going to read out the number. The Admissions Pack 2020 is colour coded. All pages shown in green must be printed, completed and returned to Student Services within 14 days of the date on this letter. All other pages are for your information, but should only be read carefully. You will be contacted at a later date regarding introduction/enrollment dates and pathway choices. Congratulations on your successful application. I look forward to you joining us as a student at the school. Yours sincerely, Student Services as Admissions Manager. That's right, people. I got in. Okay. So then they sent back this. So I didn't send the thing with it because I couldn't print it off at home. I had to print it off at school. So I kind of just ran into the post box and I put it in the post box. I was like, ah. And then they sent this back in 2 days. We are in receipt. So this is the receipt. It was in receipt of your acceptance slip for 2020/2021. Kind regards, Student Services, the Brit School Student Services, then some sort of code. And then there's an extra bit that says, can you please provide post 16 admissions forms, which is what I did at a later date, a couple of days later, because I had to bring it off school. So yeah, also now, this isn't quite the end of the journey. I will do follow-up videos on this. But on the 22nd of June, if it still happens, because if we are in quarantine, that is a bit of shit. But we will just have to see. But on the 22nd of June, I go there. We kind of just meet everybody who's in our year for the next year, and kind of just. I think that's when we get our hoodies and stuff. I think as well. And then on the 21st of August, Yep, that's right. I don't know if this will still happen because obviously we don't get grades on the 20th now. You know what I mean? Like we don't get the grades on the 20th. So because of GCSEs being cancelled, there is no entry requirements for Brit, guys. That is why it's also so good, because everything is just based on your application, your workshop, and your interview, and just how you present yourself and how you are. So all you need to do is just go in there and be yourself. If you're applying, just go in there and be yourself. Anyway, we're kind of getting off track. So I don't know what's going to happen with like the enrollment day, but I know that if the world is open, obviously it's UK. So if the UK is open, not in lockdown / quarantine, whatever you want to call it, if it's open, or if we're not in quarantine by 22nd of June, I will be going on the what's it called? Induction day thing. Yeah. I mean, I would vlog on that day, but that is a bit awkward, being like, hey new school, I'm vlogging. So I might like vlog it. I might do like a day in the life at Brit video. I know Combi Lamb has done like the most popular version of that. She's a great YouTuber. I just kind of wish you'd upload more because you are such a great YouTuber. You're probably not watching this at all. But you know, I mean, she doesn't currently go to Brit, but you know, she's got a YouTube channel. Go subscribe to her if you want to. So I got into the Brit school, guys. There is proof. So you see where it says, just below my hand, it is with great pleasure to offer you a place at Brit. So yeah. Got in, guys, that is so great. Okay, so bit of okay, can you like go follow my Instagram, which is Harlow Tutana 390, but if you just search Harlow with like the weirdo, if you don't have to search with, like, if you don't have to type my O, you go onto the 0 and hold on it, and it will like have the cross. It's like a circle like across it. I'll just try and shove everything in the description. Okay. So I will see you in the next video. I'm probably gonna try to think of another couple of video ideas to do today, because I kind of just have nothing. Like, I have nothing to do because we're in lockdown. So yeah. Bye guys. Wherever you are, just have fun. Try and make lockdown as soon as possible for you guys. This wind is really annoying. So if you see another video of me in these clothes, talk about the fucking wind, you know it's filmed on the same day as the girls told you they want to Brit. But I will see you in the next video, which I will probably be filming straight after I transfer the footage to my laptop. So there you go. I will see you later now. Bye guys.